You are listening to the Beaverton, North America's trusted source of news.
This week on the Beaverton, Toronto flies the Palestinian flag at City Hall in an attempt to find the most innocuous symbolic gesture right-wingers will still piss their pants over. The CRTC says AI does not count as Canadian content, totally ruining Netflix plans to feed a bunch of Mackenzie Bros and Littlest Hobo into the algorithm and then ask it to write a searing political drama. And a new report says auto thefts cost Canadians $1 billion a year. Well, some Canadians, the ones stealing the cars, are doing great. That's right, it's time to make fun of the news once again on the Beaverton Weekly Report. Welcome to the show, everyone. So glad you are tuning in. I'm your host, Luke Gordon-Field. Thrilled to be here. As always, joining me this week are three of our regular panelists, all of whom tell me to be quiet piggy on a regular basis. Clare Blackwood, MacKay, and Nile Seguin.
Oh, I hate the fact that I just learned what that reference was about.
We're going to get to it. But yes, that is a reference to what Trump told a reporter to do, I guess.
Good Lord. A female reporter, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that makes it much worse.
It would have been cool.
If it was
What if you meant like...
Right, Piglet? Like, you know what I'm talking about, Luke.
What if you meant like be quiet, Piggy, comma, Miss? Because everyone loves Miss Piggy.
Maybe
yes, but
Miss
do
Piggy
people like being
was
called?
the reporter.
You gotta let him finish.
Wait, was Miss Piggy
Context
the
is
reporter?
important, guys.
Hold on. She's a White House correspondent now?
It's like the opposite of A Christmas Carol, where like everyone's a human except for one person's a Muppet.
Yes, and also it's the opposite of a Christmas Carol in the sense that we're all living in the terrible, terrible Christmas future where Trump is president.
Yes, but more so the Muppet thing.
Yeah. I mean, as long as Michael Caine's there taking it all super seriously and treating it like a Shakespearean drama, I'm game.
Bless that man.
I love that movie. Well, let's talk about non-Muppet related news.
Sorry,
everyone.
lost everybody.
I'm so sorry. If someone wants to make some Muppet news, we'll cover it, but it
Whoa.
has to be real.
Whoa, don't put it like that. That's like you're like inciting a Muppet terrorist attack or something. Like
Muppet January 6th.
Muppet J6, we're not ready.
I mean, you know what? No, fuck it. I'm going to stand by this. I'm
totally
encouraging this. Yes.
I am
Commit
100%
these crimes. You know what? I should back down out of like some
100%.
sense of duty. But no, I am encouraging all Muppets out there to
Yes.
storm the Capitol and overthrow President Trump and replace him with Fozzie. You be the judge.
Or
it's
any
Kermit.
capital.
It's got to be Kermit.
It doesn't have to be the U.S. capital. Pick a capital.
Yeah.
We don't want to exclude, Paraguay.
Yeah.
Los Muppets.
The capital of Paraguay being.
Shit.
Muppets
Storm that
en
one.
Paris.
All right. Well, as I said, we're going to talk about some non-Muppet stuff, and then we'll circle back maybe. Let's talk about the Liberals on Monday passed their budget, and by which I mean the Liberals avoided an election, the far more important side of things. We don't need to vote this Christmas. It will not be a Christmas election. Hurrah.
Man, I wanted a Christmas election. I had my Pierre Polyev Grinch costume all ready to send to him. No, it's never going to happen.
You can still wear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always next Christmas. We've got a lot of Christmases this guy's got to get through before it might happen next year. We don't know.
That's true.
So, it doesn't have to be a seasonal thing. Just wear it whenever.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, no, it's for him to wear.
Oh.
Yeah, no,
I also
no.
misunderstood that.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I totally misunderstood that.
Yeah, no, I was making it for him.
Oh.
I feel like it fits.
Yeah, sure. I just thought you were doing that Halloween thing where it's like a crossover of two things. And you're like, I'm the Grinch and Pierre Polyev. And everyone's like, yeah, cool.
I don't think I could pretend to be Pierre Polyev.
Fair enough. Just his assistant.
Yeah.
Yes, so the Liberal budget has narrowly passed thanks to Elizabeth May voting yes and 2 NDP and 2 Conservative abstentions. In the weeks leading up, especially in the week leading up to the vote, there was a lot of, it felt like, media being like, oh my God, they don't have the votes. We're heading for an election. Do you think the opposition was ever going to vote against this, or was this just complete gamesmanship, always going to go how it went?
Maybe you need a secret ballot. Do they have a secret ballot option?
They have an electronic voting option, which we're going to talk about in a second because that became very relevant when Conservative MPs used it to try and hide in the wings and wait to vote.
See, because you don't want to be the guy. You don't want to be reason, right?
Yeah.
Am I
Well,
wrong? That's a big
you're
part of
right.
it, where it's I don't want to be the guy that's all right, Nile, that makes us vote. Sorry, guys, I feel I have to.
I was talking to someone this week, and they were like, "Is the vote secret for the budget, and I was like, I don't like they're public servants. I don't think they can keep their votes secret. I think we get to know that because we voted for them.
Yes, no, the secret ballot applies to electing MPs,
That's
but
what
not
it-
as far as I'm
yes.
aware to how MPs vote when they are in the House of Commons.
would be banana
I mean,
pants.
sometimes there's just unanimous votes where everyone just yells yay. So that's pretty the opposite of.
Oh, I love that.
That's a great
I would
perk.
watch
That's a great
that.
job. Can we do that here? Like,
Yeah.
that should be in every job.
Yeah. That's
cheer
Let's
vote?
vote on it.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Yay! Oh my God, I'm so contrarian. Sorry,
I love that.
Buddy F of this group.
The thing is, you gotta wait. You gotta have the little like delay like nay, and that ruins the unanimity. And they're like, all right, I guess we gotta vote for real. God damn it. The Speaker of the House, you can just see the eye roll, being like, all right, everyone get your papers out. We'll write on their little slips. No, it's
I had
just
something
a
to
hand
do
vote.
tonight, but I guess I don't know.
I guess I have to run an election now. Thanks.
Yes, we will talk about the ways they can vote because this electronic vote thing became relevant. But I do want to talk about the fact that they passed first. They passed the budget, and I think a lot of the reason that there was rumors that they weren't was just the media being like, "Election's good for us, right?" So if there's a threat of an election, that'll almost get people reading us again, or watching our clips, or watching our news broadcasts. The fact that Elizabeth May voted yes to a budget that has zero climate change spending on the hope and a prayer.
Yeah, he
that
promised, though.
Yeah, that Carney gave her of some kind of climate change investment in the next few months. It was the most direct, clear, like, we just don't want an election right now. I can think of, because it's the like you're the only Green Party MP and you're voting for a budget that is the opposite of everything your party stands for.
It's awkward.
Yeah, it's rough. It's a rough look.
I bet a lot of people are mad at her right now,
Oh yeah.
as they should be. But also, an election would not be good. So
Yeah, I mean, the Greens and the NDP were the least prepared for an election. I mean,
Yes.
they don't have leaders. I mean, Elizabeth May is an interim leader who's been around for like 6 years since she came back. I can't remember.
Yeah.
You know, the NDP is completely
Such a bad
rudderless.
look for a party who's trying to run a country. It's like, I can't vote for you. You're still working on leadership, buddy. Like,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah. Would we say the Greens are trying to run a country at this point? I mean, I get that is nominally the idea of a political party.
On paper.
On reusable recycled paper,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
So then, so she said yes and acknowledged fully that I may be being naive in voting for this, which is like, when you come out and say it, it's just like, all right.
You can't be a leader of a party and be like, I might be naive. I'm just a lady. Like, what the fuck? No, like, own it. Own it. Read, like, know what you're voting for. And if you're still going to vote for it, then own it.
100%. I would vote for someone who's like, yeah, they got us over a barrel.
Absolutely.
I don't want to be the person who
Acknowledge it.
figured an election, and then just keep nothing
Yeah.
but pure like stream of consciousness honesty.
Just like, this bill's garbage.
until you're in the
It's-
prime minister's office, like for real.
Yeah.
You just take the mic at the press conference and just keep going. Whatever comes out, baby. At this point, it don't matter.
Walk into the audience, do a walk and talk. What fucking job do you have, sir? just doing shitty
This
crowd
turns into
work.
Matt Rife crowd work. Matt Rife is now the Prime Minister of Canada after he rightly noted that someone looked funny. Yeah, so that's one way to go. Yeah, I completely agree that if Elizabeth May had just been like, look, this budget's terrible. It's a right-wing budget. It's not even a liberal budget. It's a progressive conservative budget from like the Mulroney era. It does nothing for the environment. It's just going to accelerate climate change. They're building all these oil and gas things. I hate this, but I also am aware that the last thing Canada wants right now is an election.
Yep.
So I will, through the grittiest of gritted teeth, grin and vote for this budget. I think that would get so much more love and just like being like, I disagree, but fine, than just being like, actually, he gave me a verbal pinky promise that maybe one day he'd, pass a bill that slightly stops some of the damage all his other legislation is doing. That's the stupid part of it all.
It just gave me such vibes of switching countries for 30 seconds of the whole thing with the Democrats agreeing to bring back the government when the Republicans are like, don't worry, we promise that we'll have a vote on healthcare in December. Like,
Yeah.
oh man. Yeah, it's that kind of vibes for me.
It's a marketing thing. It's different is better than better. Like if you're like the only honest politician, you're gonna pop.
Yeah, and I mean, Elizabeth May was an outspoken MP for many years and would kind of just like, look, I'm going to tell you how it is. Clearly, I mean, I'm not saying she's not that at all anymore, but clearly this week she decided to hide behind the pinky promise that Carney gave her. The other, reason it passed was because the other party that we just mentioned, the NDP, they can't afford a vote, so they got a few abstentions, and then 2 conservatives abstained. One, the guy who's going to quit, who was going to cross the floor and then didn't and is now going to quit. And then another MP who's taking a ton of abuse, which is bullshit because she was literally recovering from surgery. So that's insane. It's people being furious that she was having, she's literally, she's in Edmonton recovering from pretty major surgery. So for people to get mad at her about that, it was nuts. And we wish her the best. But the thing is, it didn't matter what she was going to do because the conservatives smartly on their part were like, people don't want an election if we vote to bring down the government.
Yeah.
It's just going to blow up in our faces. So they had 2 MPs, including Andrew Scheer, hiding in the wings. There's photos of them peeking behind the curtain.
It's so funny.
And waiting to see how the vote was going to go. And if enough NDPs abstained, that they weren't needed to abstain. And then they came in and claimed that, we were going to vote with the electronic things we all have. But actually, mine's not working, and you could see Andrew Scheer fling it away. Not for real, but you know what I'm saying. And actually, I vote no because now my abstention is not necessary. So the whole plan was clearly, if they needed to abstain, they would have abstained. They would have just not been there. But then they had to hide because the way it works is once voting starts, they seal the doors, so you can't come in.
Yeah.
So they had to hide behind the little curtain that separates the cloakroom from where the MPs sit. And then come running in when they could get their no votes in and be big, tough conservative boys being like, this budget's terrible. Also, I clearly was just sprinting down the stairs. I'm a little winded. Give me a second.
It's incredibly
I vote
funny.
no.
Just the idea of them squished in a room being like, Mr. Polyev, can we come out, please?
That's how I picture Andrew Scheer, unprompted, as he's hiding behind a curtain. Usually
At every function.
At every function. And usually when I picture it, there is a big Kool-Aid man jug of milk, angry with him
Oh, yeah.
in the corner.
Yeah.
Not this time, obviously, but at least half of my vision came to life, which I think is special.
It's like anxiety milk. He drinks it because he's having social anxiety. He's chugging milk behind a curtain somewhere.
Mother's calming milk, yes, of course. Yes, of course, delicious. Luke is you can't hear it
I don't care
he
for that.
refuses to laugh, but he
Product
is making a face.
I don't care for
Yes.
mother's calming milk, and I was just going to move on, but I will
No.
tell you
Would
to
it-
your face, Megan, that I do not care for
This
that.
is
Would it be
Megan's new
better-
business venture, guys.
Would it be better if I told you that he produced the milk?
There you go.
So it's his own anxiety
And
milk
he-
that he bottles for later
Andrew Scheer is
to
mother.
assuage himself because he's his own mummy.
I think that is.
Which I think, be
I
your own
think that
mummy is a
is
t-shirt.
better. Yeah.
Oh my God, be your own mummy with a little beaver, with
Yeah.
a Beaverton logo on it, Luke. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, I was going to say
Who
for the
do you think
conservative
buys
party.
T-shirts? What Ed Gein, however you said that guy's name, that they just made the miniseries about, do you think is browsing Shopify?
Sweet. Be my own mommy.
Finally, I fucking found the one shirt I've been looking for.
Look, don't yuck everybody's yum, Luke, just because you don't get it.
I will yuck Ed Gein's yum. I will yuck the hell out of the serial killer who inspired Psycho and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yum. I will do that.
Okay, all right.
We're not selling
Close-minded.
lampshades.
Very conservative.
God.
Old school. Ugh. Awkward.
Okay, how are we going to move on from this? Yikes.
Sadly, that's my job. Well, speaking of people whose mother doesn't love them, Pierre Polyev. No, I'm kidding. No. So the thing that I think separated this from the other budgets that we saw, because it's been a minority government for many years now, the other budgets that we've seen in minority government situation is that there was essentially no negotiation. The NDP has come out and said, we tried to negotiate. They refused to move anything. Elizabeth May said the same. So it was essentially the Liberals kind of putting the budget on their desk and being like, vote for it and there's an election, go fuck yourself. And I'm not sure if that is, Carney being a strong, I'm not, negotiating, I'm a tough guy, I've only got, I'm almost got a majority government, I'm going to govern like I do, or just him not being very good at coalition building. And we won't really know that, for another year or two to see how he's able to work with the other parties. But how long do you guys think the Liberals can just do whatever they want under the threat of an election before they actually have to, govern like they're in a minority government?
I mean, I think it's until the NDP and the Greens, lift up enough rocks and find their leaders.
Oh, I
Like-
think I was going to say it depends on how this Epstein thing shakes out.
Oh.
I mean,
That's the fork in reality's road. It's Epstein.
yeah, there's an existential threat hovering over us right now, and until that goes away, I mean, Carney's got carte blanche. He can do whatever he wants, right? No?
Like, by Epstein thing, you mean you think
Like Trump?
Epstein might
Yeah.
bring Trump down?
Well,
Okay. Well, we're going to talk about
We'll
Trump and
see.
Epstein in a second, but I hear what you're saying.
He's dead.
Epstein.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I heard.
Okay. Just
Don't be
checking.
The New York financier?
What?
Oh God! Don't. We can't start. We
No,
mustn't
we can't
start.
steal bits from other podcasts and just pass them off as our own. Fair enough.
I will say, like, I think this is a bit like when you're hosting a party in high school and you're like, I don't know who's going to come to the party. Maybe I should see if the chess club is in. Like, if you know you got the numbers, you're not going to go to the chess club. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? As soon as Carney's like, let's talk to the freaking, you know what I mean? Chess club about this, that's when I think we're going to start looking into the election orb. That's how we start it. We look into the orb, and the orb tells us it's election time.
Yeah, the chess club is who you invite over to help you set up. You're like, hey, you guys can come, but I need some people to set up
Are
the
the
tables.
NDP the chess club?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
they might want to rename the party.
Yeah.
It's easy. It's an easier brand.
Chess club? I
Yeah,
love that.
NDP, it's an acronym. It's a little confusing. Chess Club.
Yeah.
Like, I 100% know who that is.
Oh, that's great.
I know what they believe in.
Yeah, so that's a fair point. I think just like we said about Polyev last week, which the internet was very not at all weird about, the basic job of Polyev being leader of the opposition is prove to people you're competent enough to be prime minister. That's really all you have to do. Yeah. The basic job of being prime minister in a minority government is prove you can keep a government going longer than 3 months or 4 months or however long it's been since the election. And, Carney, he succeeded here, but through no attempt of his own. He was just like, I am more than willing to let this fail. And the point about Trump and the existential threat he poses is a very good one. For me, it's really just as you get into year 2, hypothetically, or even just a little bit further away from the last election, and potentially the polls aren't as clear cut in your favor, which they're already starting to tighten a little bit. Then you got to actually show you know how to govern, not just say what it is and have people say okay to it, but actually like work with someone being like, I'll give you X, you give me Y, I'll do this. Like, the unsexy, unglamorous work of legislating in a world where you don't have total control. And I really doubt Carney has that in him. I don't think he has the negotiating strength, which, for all his very many faults, Trudeau successfully did that for many years. And yeah, it was because the NDP kind of rolled over a lot, and we can all talk about that. But, for whatever you want to say about it, Trudeau made sure he had the votes pretty much every time. And there wasn't this kind of constant, like, ooh, they might fall next week, we don't know. And if Carney's going to go the other way, I just think it's going to end up really biting him in the ass. That's my rant.
Yeah, I mean, is it me? Who else is out there? Who else we got?
I'm here.
Like parties?
Oh,
Like, who's the thing is, like, it's like you can get really mad at Carney, and then I'm like, oh, I hate that guy. I'm getting rid of that guy. And then you look at your other options, like, fuck.
Yeah.
I got to stick with this guy.
I mean, I think
maybe
that's
what he
how the
knows.
liberal parties existed for 100+ years.
Yeah.
Kind of their
Everyone's
brand.
like, I hate that William Lyon Mackenzie King, but have you seen this other guy? I guess
Liberal
let's vote for
Party.
him for 22 straight years.
The Liberal Party.
feel
Who
like-
else you got?
I feel like they need to take all of the political parties and Carney needs to organize like a retreat.
Oh, okay.
And so, they do a bunch of icebreakers and they all get to know each other and they can help Carney come out of his shell. I
Okay.
think that would be really nice.
like a leadership camp.
Yeah, a leadership camp.
Okay.
Yeah.
Understood.
Yeah, I mean, well, first you would need that for the NDP, so then they would get a leader.
Sure.
Then they could go to this.
They go up
retreat.
a weekend early and figure their act out. Yeah.
I feel like the NDP is like a team where the league has to step in and take over for like a few months.
Oh, yeah, they're like the New Orleans Hornets back in the day.
Someone needs to like the government needs to take control of the NDP party, get them in shape, and then they can have a party.
I mean,
Yeah.
they're not making their own milk, so they got to get on that too first, and then we'll see.
Luke's loving this.
He's smiling so big.
He's picturing.
Look,
He's in a
he's so happy.
He's in a
It's like
happy
he's turned to
daydream.
stone. I think he just disassociated.
I had a
Just don't care for it.
I had a dream this week that you were mad at me, and it made me really sad. And I woke up and I was really sad.
Was he wearing that?
Like, were you
I don't know.
in the dream, were you constantly being like mother's milk while staring at me?
I plead the fifth.
That's not a thing in this country.
What are you, a lawyer?
Yeah, you've been watching Law and Order again. So yeah, I mean, again, I don't want to get too. Yes, I'm pressing on. I don't want to get too. Too like dire about Carney's abilities in this, but I just really think, and Nile, you've made this point before, that like he seems to be someone who just is used to getting what he wants, and the idea of compromise and negotiation and all the things you have to do when you don't have a majority government just don't seem like they're in his wheelhouse at all. And so my one takeaway from this, other than just okay, we don't have an election, that's fine, is I kind of don't think Carney's going to be in the job anywhere near as long as it looked like he would be when he first got it. Because and this is a bold prediction. I just don't think he has what it takes to. Now, if he runs against a majority, then obviously no worries. But if the next election results in a liberal majority, but I just think usually in the past few years, majorities have been the exception and minorities the rule. So if he's just dealing with more minorities, I just don't know if he's going to have it in him to deal with this.
Do we get the sense that he wants to be prime minister for a long time?
I don't know what he wants.
I don't get that
I don't get
sense
it either. I feel like he's working on a book tour circuit.
Yeah.
It's like, how long do I have to do this?
It always felt when he was running that he was kind of just like, I'm here to pull the country out of this, mud that we've gotten ourselves into with Trump and Polyev.
Yeah.
And who knows? You can't trust politicians as far as you can throw them. He might be power hungry underneath that very, very banker daddy surface. But I just never got the sense that he was like, this is my dream. My dream is to be prime minister of Canada.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think he's in that weird phase in life where it's like, you've accomplished your dream. I think his dream was to be a central banker.
Yeah.
And he did that at 45. And then it was now he's 60 or whatever. And he's like, well, what do I do? I guess I'll be prime minister. All right.
This might be the first time that a prime minister has turned the prime minister's office into a side quest. Where it's just I'm bored. I guess I'll do this.
Someone coming, and somebody routinely just comes up to him and is like, sir, can you find 50 flowers for my wife?
I do think he is motivated by public service on some level because he doesn't need the money, he doesn't need the attention, he doesn't need any of that stuff. I think I get the sense that he signed up for the job because he felt like he wanted to do some sort of service to the country, whether or not you agree with his, service is
his
another
version
thing.
Of what's best for the country might not be ours.
Yeah. Exactly, but I do think I think he wants to provide a service, and I do think that he's gonna dip out as soon as he feels like that's done. I don't think he's gonna be in it for 10 years. But you don't have to agree with his method, but I do think that there's an earnest sensation of he wants to do something good.
For sure.
Do you guys get that?
I think he has a vision and is carrying it out.
That's fine.
I'm just not getting. Okay.
I think in a Paul Martin-esque way, where it's what he is doing, I don't agree with. But I don't think Paul Martin was doing it out of anything other than just this is what I think is best for Canada at the moment.
Yeah, because otherwise the idea of why does he want to be prime minister? If we don't believe that he wants to be prime minister,
honestly,
then why?
I mean, this is just emotions and vibes, so grain of salt. But honestly, I was I feel like it was this or jiu-jitsu. I honestly that's the vibe he gives out, where it's
this is his midlife crisis.
This is 1,000% his midlife crisis.
Oh my God.
What should I do? Oh, that job opened up. That seems like it'd be fun. I wonder what I could do. And I can see his interest declining already.
Yeah,
he's kind of this is a pain in the ass.
Every time he has to talk to Trump, you just see him being like, kill me.
The thing is, I actually kind of agree with you, but at the same time, imagine looking at how being prime minister was for the last 2 to 3 years of Trudeau's career and being this seems like fun. He seems like he's having a great time as he gets divorced and spirals and wanders Canadian Tire at 8 a.m. on a Sunday. He seems like he's real happy.
This is the thing. I get the feeling that he's the type of guy, he'll just pull the chute. If things go south, or if things don't even go, if things go middle, which they kind of are now, I can picture him being this is so boring. I'm going to leave. He just puts out that vibe. I don't know why.
What if, history just repeats himself and he becomes Prime Minister of the UK? I did Central Bank Canada to get Central Bank UK.
Hopping?
Prime Minister Canada to get Prime Minister UK.
That I could see as his vision. That I could see. He's the first freelance Prime Minister. I could see that, him being guys, I invented a job. I could see that.
Yeah, Singapore's we need a guy, and he's hello.
How do you feel about hanging people for minor drug offenses? I'm in.
I'll help you do it more efficiently.
Well, let's turn to the ultimate public servant, Donald Trump, down in the United States.
Whoa, no.
All right. You've just earned yourself another Mother's Milk reference.
We gotta give Luke some sort of prize. He found Meg's line.
I know.
I didn't think there was one. She did a hand wave away from the mic.
I'm genuinely confused as to what I said. Obviously I was being sarcastic.
Wow. Congratulations.
All right. Well,
you're gonna get him a trophy.
So the thing that gets me is a disgusting image of Andrew Scheer drinking his mother's breast milk, and what gets you is a slight joke about Donald Trump being a public servant.
I never said it was breast milk.
Mother's milk. What else could that be? First of all milk is breast milk.
I don't like your absolutism. Go ahead.
Almonds
Continue.
could be mothers.
Oh, sorry. All dairy-based milk. Yes, fair enough. I didn't factor in the almond milks. Okay, let's talk about Donald Trump.
For that, I don't know why.
Yeah.
1,000%. Someone's outraged.
Yeah. Save it for the Patreon. If you want to talk about the mother's milk, we'll do it for Patreon. Anyways, the Donald Trump and his old pal Jeffrey Epstein are in the news again. According to a bunch of released documents, Trump is, quote, the dog that hasn't barked yet, according to an email sent by Epstein in, I believe, like 2017, 2018, when Trump was first president, and added, quote, he knew about the girls, which is, it's so funny reading articles about this because now U.S. media is so terrified of being sued by Trump because he's successfully sued several of them that they had to be like, there was no indication what that meant. Like, I think the words themselves were a pretty good indication of what that meant.
Like every single email that came out that the Democrats released are all just so ludicrously, hilariously overt.
Yeah.
And it's just like, good morning, it's me, Jeffrey. So glad we did sex crimes last night. By the way, hate Trump, that fucker, seeing him on the weekend. Bye, Ghislaine. Like, it's wild.
Yeah.
Maybe the girls is like the nickname for like Jeffrey Epstein's man boobs.
Which produced.
And that's where he gets the milk.
Yeah.
There it is.
You're welcome, Luke.
I hate that this is the runner so much.
Also, the whole dog thing, it actually just kept me thinking about like what kind of dog Donald Trump would be. And I think it's got to be one of those pugs that can't breathe because its face is so squished and it looks like it's clinging to life.
Oh my God, I was also thinking pug. I think you're so right.
Just like those pugs.
Extremely old pug. Like 20-year-old pug. And you're like, why are you still here?
How are you alive?
I have pre-mourned you for 20 years. I was ready for this day and it has never come and you're still in my house.
All right. Yeah. I mean, I love it. So to be clear, the Trump's name appeared over 1,600 times in just the latest document dump, which is obviously not the whole Epstein file. In fairness, there was a ton of people named in that file. Some of them was just Epstein talking about Trump because Trump was president. Some of it was, specific, like I just mentioned. Those are the most damning quotes, indicating that Trump was very aware. Also, as everyone I'm sure remembers, but previously released was a card that Trump denied sending, but all indications are sent to Epstein because it's in his handwriting, where he wrote it in the shape of a prepubescent female figure and signed where the pubis would be. Real classy stuff. So this is not the first indication that Trump, one, knew Epstein was a pedophile, and two, potentially participated in said pedophilia, but it's yet another notch focusing in that direction. The notch is not the right term.
We'll fix
the
it
question I want to ask
Fix it in post.
if we're fixing anything in post, all of Mother's Milk.
No. Ian, just make it a milk podcast.
The question I want to ask you guys is: are we taking this seriously, or is this just us kind of delighting in Trump being yet again looking like such an idiot, and this is one big conspiracy theory? Are we taking this seriously at this point?
I think it can be both, and frankly, I think we can make this into a bigger conspiracy. Like, Republicans had Pizzagate and Jewish space lasers and all that kind of stuff, and what do the Democrats have? They should be putting out Jeffrey Epstein's still alive and hiding under the White House pool. Let's just go big or go home.
Mm-hmm. I mean, how much legal risk are you willing to take on in this conversation, Luke, as owner of the Beaverton, before I go here?
I don't know. How much legal risk are you willing to take on as person who's about to say some crazy ass shit?
I just
Do it.
It's not that crazy. The evidence is all there. He did it. He did the thing. He did it. He slept with minors. It's very obvious. I don't understand why we're still maybe.
Let's hold a vote,
brother.
maybe.
My brother in Christ. He was at the party, sir.
Yeah, I mean, the defense Trump would make is all indications are all those times they were hanging out, and again, for sure, bad stuff was happening. Epstein wasn't a known pedophile yet. Whereas when Prince Andrew and Bill Gates and all these other people were hanging out with him, he was a known pedophile with the pedophile island and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And so just by comparison, Trump's better because He was just a secret pedophile,
Yeah,
not a I went to
Secret
jail
lives
for
of
it pedophile.
Like an indie pedophile. Like,
Yeah.
just, okay, sure. I mean, yeah. Look, stop my podcast. I can't put my neck on the guillotine right now, but y'all can figure out where I stand on that one. Pretty
I
obvious.
know. Please clarify.
Oh yeah.
Please clarify.
I'm not really worried about if you're worried about a defamation lawsuit. I think at this point, with all the evidence saying it's fair, it's pretty fair comment to be like, I think Trump might have done something bad with Jeffrey Epstein. If there's a court who's going to be like, there was no basis for that claim, fine.
I would love it if they came after us. It would be so specific, so niche. Like, wait, why us? Everyone else.
It looks really fun to be sued. Am I the only person who thinks that?
Luke?
In the
Is it?
world that
Is it fun?
it's fun to be sued.
It might be fun to be sued.
No, I mean as a lawyer, it's great because that's where the money comes from.
Okay,
It's-
there
when
we
people
go.
are sued, it's like, oh, great, money.
I don't want to be sued.
I would like to sue. You guys want to sue somebody?
Can you
Yeah.
sue me?
Yeah.
We can sue.
Okay.
Hey!
Luke, I'm suing Meg.
I feel
Right.
bad for
Do
suing
it.
artists though. I'd rather sue like a gross
some
rich
money.
billionaire. Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, I don't have. Sorry. You're not going to win anything, but it'd be fun, the drama.
Sure.
Oh, the drama. Yeah.
Oh, so awkward.
I don't think you guys know how lawsuits work. Like,
We absolutely do not. We
Listen,
absolutely have no
listen,
idea.
you're
I've
imagining-
watched
Well,
from what
every
I get on
season
TV.
of Suits. I've watched every season of Suits. I know how the law works, Luke.
I
You
watched
can't
one
fool
episode.
me.
And I
can't-
think I get the gist.
Yeah.
Now, do I wear the wig?
yes.
Okay.
I think
You
now
all
you're thinking
wear-
of the second half of Law and Order, where now it's the courtroom
You
part.
all wear like 5-inch heels, right?
Yes. Oh, famously, yeah. I that would make me 6'7" if I did that. So
No, Luke, no! No! Why would you say 6'7" on this podcast?
Oh, God.
Oh,
I had no. I thought you were just like that's too tall.
I
And
know,
was like,
me
that's
too.
also bothering you.
That's 2 lines you found. What is happening? The previously unperturbable Meg, you found 2 lines in like
My
not even
kid,
an
my
hour?
kid says it all the time, and I was like, "What does it mean?" And he was like, "I don't know." And he was like, 6'7", 6'7".
I think it genuinely means nothing.
It does
It
mean
means
nothing.
nothing.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Well,
Yeah.
RIP to
Credit
the
to them.
comments on the Patreon. That's it. They're lights out. That's it. That's the
I don't
end of
think
that.
I don't think the Gen Alphas saying 6'7" have Patreon money. I don't think
That's-
they're.
you
I think
don't
I think
know.
I haven't done a statistical analysis of our Patreon members, but I'm guessing we're mostly 30 plus
I
over
mean,
there.
you accept Robux, right? You're
Yeah.
gonna get some kids for sure.
So the latest with the Epstein file is that it has passed. Trump came out on Monday and said, after previously being like using all his influence to be like, I do not want this file released. We're not releasing this file. It's all BS. He had Pam Bondi being like, who cares about the Epstein file? All that stuff. He came forward and said, no, you should vote for the bill that says release the Epstein file, which is hilarious because one, Trump could just release the Epstein file on his own. He doesn't need
Yeah.
the bill. The bill is to force him to do it. And two, because it was gonna pass anyway. So it was just him being like,
Yeah.
yes, I'm telling you what to do, as all Republicans were like, we were gonna vote for this, but fine. It passed with only 1 vote against. Imagine being that guy.
I was gonna
who's
say,
like-
imagine being that guy. And his whole Griggs, what's his name?
I
Something?
didn't even want to know. I was just like, oh, that guy just publicly wants everyone to
looked
think he's a
him-
pedophile.
Oh no, I looked
That
him
guy's
up.
got to be on a list.
His whole thing, I know, you should check his hard drive. His whole thing is like,
list at all.
he's been saying this for years apparently, that he's just like, we can't release the Epstein files because I'm afraid of like the victims' names getting out there and it ruins people's privacy. Essentially, that's his
Yeah.
only objection.
Yes, which
not
might
bad.
have some
That's actually
rationale if dozens of victims had not come forward and been like, release the files.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We want people to know who was our,
Yeah.
who were our rapists, who were our captors,
Yeah.
who were our torturers. And, there was, I think one thing that's been lost in the whole story of this is the woman who came forward about Prince Andrew and wrote the book. I
Memoir.
mean, yeah, the memoir. She took her own life back in April.
Yeah.
Like, this thing has ruined lives, obviously. It's
Yeah.
such a devastating thing. So as much as we delight in Trump flailing about the story to get it out and how ridiculous everyone looks, we got to keep in mind the seriousness of the
Yes.
whole thing. And so for one guy to be like, I'm going to stand up for victims' rights. How? By not letting anyone know who did anything wrong. Like,
No, it's ridiculous.
That's pretty fucked.
yeah, I mean, I assume he'll disappear into the record books, but it's
he's going to disappear.
yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just so like I would like everyone to know I stand with the pedophiles and I stand alone. But, the other thing that's going on is, like, Trump obviously being like, I don't want to release it. Oh, actually, I'm going to release it. He was calling out, and this is such a weird turn of events, that Trump is now at war with Marjorie Taylor Greene. Oh my God. Or as he calls her now, Marjorie Taylor Brown, parentheses, because that's the color the grass turns right before it's about to die. That's a real post he did on Yeah, he's lost his nickname ability. That's how badly this is.
It's weird to see this, like, attempted Marjorie Taylor Greene redemption era. Because I really hope people aren't falling for it. Like, I think she's doing a good thing in the sense she's calling it out right now, and she's, standing up for the victims of Epstein. But I got it that she's just so awful, and I hate the fact that we're like, yay, Marjorie Taylor Greene?
Yeah.
Stand up to Trump?
It's like when you're watching a show or a movie, or it's a sequel movie, and, like, the villain from the first one comes back as, like, kind of an ally in the second one, and you're like, but I still hate you, though. Even though we got to team up to take on this fucking...
She's Republican Magneto.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, X2.
Okay. Yeah.
Sure.
That's a new nickname.
Yeah.
Republican. You're welcome. You're welcome.
You know what? But the problem is that's a really cool nickname. Like, that's not... if I was a Republican, if someone were to call me Republican Magneto, I'd be like, fuck, yeah.
No, let's scratch that.
Yeah. I'd be like, Jesus, this is better than, like, any nickname in the NBA currently. God damn. So he's going after her. He's going after Thomas Massie, another insane right winger who has somehow found the light on this one. For years we've been like, when are Republicans going to stand up to Trump? When are Republicans going to stand up to Trump? January 6th didn't do it. All the Russia stuff didn't do it. The endless sex scandals didn't do it. Nothing did it. Somehow, at least a few found the courage when it comes to this Epstein story. So I do. As much as I laugh about it, I do give them credit. I mean, hey, they found the one thing that they were willing to stand up to Trump over, and I guess you could argue it's the one thing that, was so beyond the pale that even they couldn't, justify standing by Trump on it. So credit to them for doing that. But yes, I agree. It's hilarious for Marjorie Taylor Greene to be, in addition to doing this, she's also like, I've decided to embrace a less toxic role in politics. And I'm like, you
don't get to do that.
The most toxic person.
I can't remember what the quote was, but it was so coherent. I was like, have you been faking this whole time? It was something like, I apologize for embracing toxic, but I can't remember what it was, but it was a grown-up that wrote it. And I was like, no.
I have a theory that she also had a stroke, and like Fetterman went one way and she came the other way, and they met somewhere in the middle, waved hi, and then kept going.
Freaky Friday.
So stroke-based Freaky Friday.
Stroke ships in the night, baby.
Once you've had a stroke, all your Fridays are freaky, sadly.
Aw. But do you think that's a bid because, like, this issue seems to be the only place we're seeing cracks in the Republicans.
Yes.
So this feels like a longevity bid for me, where it's like Marjorie Taylor Greene's hedging, right? So if the Trump brand crashes and burns, she's got a toehold to stay where she wants to stay here. And she doesn't really need to do all that much to keep it and to hold on to it. And if it doesn't work out and Trump lives forever and never dies, which seems to be a possibility at this point, it's just one vote.
And she can get back in his good books in 5 minutes. I mean, look at his feud with Elon. Like it's so easy to win this man's this man back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll be at the CrossFit gym together, and he'll be watching her doing those crazy pull-ups, and he'll be like, go Marjorie.
Oh, they're terrible.
Trump at CrossFit? Just check. I want to make sure I got the visual.
I didn't say be doing CrossFit.
Okay.
He's watching the women do CrossFit.
Yeah. It's a CrossFit gym next to a golf course, and he swung by on his way from the 18th green.
That is not the joke I was going to make. We were going to move on.
Okay.
And then, another example of Trump flailing is, as we talked about briefly off top, like a reporter asked him, he was on Air Force One, I believe, and a reporter asked him a question about it, and he gave, an answer, it was all bullshit, and I was, the Bill Gates and the Larry Summers and all these people, they knew Epstein, I didn't do anything, it's not me. And then the reporter tried to ask a follow-up, and he went, and he said, quiet piggy, to a reporter. So that's, I'm not sure. I don't have a question for you guys other than just like gross ?
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. But so it's just one of those. I think you're genuinely seeing something stick to Trump when so few things have, and I think a big reason he's not able to just steamroll through this and just brush it off the way he's brushed off, as I mentioned, endless scandals before, is that the Republicans in Congress are not letting him. So it's another point of like, oh my God, if they had been like this the whole way, Trump would have been so minimized in terms of the damage he was able to do. But I mean, so again, as I give them credit, it's also hard not to like bemoan just the years of them being like, right this way, Donnie, do whatever you want. I don't care.
Yeah. It still has to pass in the Senate, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It will, though.
Yeah. I can't wait to see how much they redact. It's just going to be black pages.
Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing is like how much do they find? I guess that one of the reasons people are suspicious when all the Republicans, save for one guy, voted for this was that there's a theory that they figured out a way to release it without releasing it. And so they get the benefit of, as I just did, giving them a compliment and CNN and et cetera shows being like, oh, yeah, they're reasonable, but actually not releasing the damaging info.
But won't that just make it worse?
Yes.
That will just make it, you're punting it will make it so much worse because then people are going to be like, okay, seriously, don't make us come down there. We've done it before. Like, we'll come down there and we will get you to give us this is, just do it and then, I don't know, disappear. Is there a country with no extradition? He's got to go. He's got to go. This is bad. Donnie, it's over. It's over.
I mean, the irony of Trump fleeing to Venezuela after threatening to invade Venezuela would be pretty great. But that's one that doesn't have extradition, for example.
Yeah.
The thing about this is, of course, like so many of the way people have been drawn into far-right MAGA Trumpy politics is this belief that there is a global elite pedophilia ring and that is doing horrible things and that it is aligned with the liberal Hollywood Democratic Party. And they got it half right, it looks like. They you know what? Give them credit. They got 50% on the test. That's not a failing grade, at least in Canada. And the
I'd
US,
say even more on the test, frankly. Like, Bill Clinton could be on there.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
maybe like 65%.
Yeah, there you go. So the thing is, but now they have to kind of be like, oh, we were right, but our guy, our hero, our Jesus Christ second coming is the guy who's most directly implicated, or one of the guys most directly implicated. Do you think if it is 100% confirmed, no shadow of a doubt, the files could not be clearer that Trump engaged in sex with minors with Jeffrey Epstein, do you think they turn against him, or do they find a way to continue this endless loop of somehow, we still support Trump even though XYZ?
Well, you saw that really awful Megyn Kelly clip this week, right? Where they start to launder like the definition of a pedophile. I don't even really want to repeat what you said, but it's I think that they're already testing the waters to see how much they can bend the public opinion on that, if there's any flex there at all. And, we'll have to see how that bears out, right? I find it disgusting, obviously. I think we all do, but they're trying it. Yeah. They're trying it.
It also has to do with how confident they are that either he's going to run the third term or just they're not going to have elections at all. And I know that sounds big in conspiracy theory, like conspiracy theorists, but I have a feeling that there's probably a lot of people in his party that know that he's not going to get reelected again under legal means. Right. So I think it's just like, how confident are they that they can use other means to keep him in power? And if they are confident in those means, then I think we might see a lot more like trying to sweep this under the rug. That's my little conspiracy theory.
I'll join you on conspiracy row. Yeah. I think we're like we're close to like Schrodinger's purge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I feel like once the wave collapses, it could be like, oh, it's just like a mob rushing the White House and then they just disappear. Like, because I think this is fucking nuts. Like this is the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life. Like what do you do, right? Like this is definitely and I think to that point about the third term, I think the third term is like, I don't think people are thinking long term enough because like they're thinking, oh yeah, we'll go for a third term. He looks rickety now. Like remember what Joe looked like in 24. He's going to be, and I don't think Joe Biden ate as many burgers. So I think like they're going to be rolling him out. He's going to be like Immortan Joe in a wheelchair. Like no one's going to be like, okay, yeah, maybe new blood. Like I don't think he's getting a third term. I think people like to say that.
Well, and then you have like these charisma dynamos coming up at the caboose, like Ted Cruz being like,
JD Vance.
I'm going to run in 28. And you're like, oh shit. Everybody watch out, here comes Teddy.
It's going to be Gavin Newsom.
But it's also like whoever, I don't know, what do I know? But like, I feel like maybe by that time, maybe the U.S. won't be in great shape.
Yep.
So whoever gets handed that grenade, they're out. You're not, like you got the stink of Trump on you. It's going to be like, okay, who are the Democrats running? Oprah, fucking great. Let's go. Like you don't even have to think it through.
You get a car. You get a car.
You get a trade deal.
I think it will also depend on the fuck up chain of custody too, if that makes sense. So like Trump fucks something up and then a bunch of other things happen and people see the fuck up live in their life and don't necessarily connect that Trump was the person who held it, right? So like if it's possible for the average person who is not necessarily super politically engaged to see something really awful in their everyday life and follow the fuck up chain of custody back to Trump and back to everyone around Trump, I think America has a fighting chance. But at this point, I'm not seeing the light in those eyes.
Bad thing happening. Who's president? His fault. That's how it is. I mean, inflation was Biden's fault. Now it's Trump's fault. Even though with Trump at least you can make an argument. Oh, like the tariffs and everything. Like it's just one of those things where there is no. And I get this too. When it's so hard to be like, hey, my life's gone to shit over XYZ, or life is so much harder than it used to be. I'm gonna do detailed research to figure out that actually this all dates back to Reagan and tricklenomics, and turn into a diehard leftist. Like there are people who will be like that, but for the vast majority of people who are just trying to get through, of course they're just gonna blame the guy who's in charge. And so if that's why I think you're just gonna see so many more one-term presidents. Like, I mean, obviously Trump is technically a two-term president now, but, he was defeated on his second when he went for re-election. Biden one term would never have been reelected. I think it's just going to be, you use the metaphor passing the grade. I think it's just going to be constantly like, here, you get president, blows up. Okay, now you party get president, blows up. Now you party get president. And it's just a spiral. And so people are just going to keep getting mad at who's in charge and going to the other guys and then being like, oh, well, they suck. And now back to over here. And now they suck. Okay, back to over there. And that's just where we're going to be at. That's my
What
theory.
a positive outlook for the future. I love that.
I also think I would put a long shot bet on socialist revolution.
Ooh, what are the odds you want to give on socialist revolution?
We're gambling again on this podcast?
Because I mean, at some point, China's going to become the number one economy on the planet pretty soon, like 2030.
Yeah.
And then I feel like Americans are going to be like, well, what the fuck? Wait a minute, they're number one. You told me socialists was shitty. They have medical coverage. I'm here fucking stabbing people for bus fare. Like, that's not right.
I mean, I hear you, although China is socialist in name only at this point.
Yeah, but it's just a brand. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It absolutely doesn't matter.
Yeah, as long as you put the shiny red packaging on it, I guess it's communism in the box.
I'm telling you, that's Socialist Revolution 2031. Called it.
Ooh,
Called
okay.
it.
All right, well, if you want to discuss off mic what odds we want to give and what wager you want to make. Well, before we move on to our big close, a quick message to you, the listener. First of all, thank you so much for listening to this podcast. If you would be so kind, if you haven't already, jump on, go to your app of choice, leave a review, leave 5 stars. Thank you to all the people who left reviews recently and talked about how the podcast is helping them cope with the terribleness of the news, and also have vindicated a couple of my more out there points about the world, and we don't need to go back into what I said. So thank you so much for everyone who did that. And if you would be so kind, you can also tell a friend about the podcast. You can share our clips. The internet reacted very normally to our Polyev clip that went up this week. So let's see what the internet has in store for us this week. So you can share those. If you're inclined to support us monetarily, you can do so at patreon.com/thebeaverton. Not only will you be keeping our website alive, our podcast alive, you will be getting an extended version of this podcast every week where we talk about a story or stories that we didn't get a chance to cover on the regular episode. And if you're a Patreon member listening to this, thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for keeping us afloat. You are the reason we get to keep doing this, and we are truly so grateful. And now it's time for the approximately 10-minute long quiz.
It's the approximately 10-minute long quiz, brought to you by Time.
Every week, I ask our panel to play the approximately 10-minute long quiz where I put their knowledge of some less widely reported news stories to the test. And before we begin, a quick shout out to the Not the Beaverton subreddit that, as I mentioned on last week's episode, I get a lot of these questions from. And then one of the top stories on the subreddit when I went to look for stories this week was, hey, Luke, thanks for checking out the subreddit and getting stories from us. And I was like, you guys are adorable. And I would have left a comment being like, you're welcome, love you guys. But I don't actually have a Reddit account. I just lurk on there. So looking for news stories.
Reddit is for lurking.
Yeah. So appreciate you guys. Love the great work you're doing. And I'm sure you will recognize some of these questions. Our first question. A man in Ireland believed he saw a lion running loose in the woods. Turns out it was not a lion, but a different animal with a Canadian connection. What do you think he saw?
My cat. I call him a little lion.
I thought for a second I thought you said Mike Hat. I'm like, who's Mike Hat?
Yeah, my cat.
I'm gonna go goose. Because I know everyone's gonna say moose, but I'm saying goose.
Yeah, he was just real fucking hammered.
Yeah, for sure.
A. Wild. Andrew Shear hunting for milk.
Mother's milk?
Mother's precious milk
Mother's precious
out there in the woods.
Look, the one way I will save this is I will say they have great milk and butter in Ireland. It's very good. It's way better than what we have here. So, hey, that would be a good place to hunt for milk.
Okay.
There we go.
Great.
You're like, I don't care. Let's back to the mother's
The
milk.
most concession you're ever going to
It's
get
not.
out of him.
It's not Mother's, is it? Could be, I guess. Anyway.
I just threw my laptop
Probably
in
some of it is.
frustration.
I'm assuming some of it is. I don't know. I've only been to Ireland once. So I didn't do a deep dive, but
Again, it's literally all mother. It does. We don't need to get into it. Basically impossible for it to be anything other than mother's milk.
I genuinely enjoy that you had to explain that twice.
It's a little reductive, I'm just saying.
Does anyone know the real answer on the non-lion wandering through the forests of Ireland?
I'm guessing moose, right?
No.
Oh, shit.
They
They don't have moose
in
in
Ireland.
Ireland. Lynx, I would say like or
A good guess, but no. It was a partially shaved Newfoundland dog, the Newfoundland breed. The dog, named Mouse, confusingly, had recently got a haircut that gave him a mane-like look, but he was also still, just a slightly bigger than average dog, not a lion. So this guy who reported it to the police, he fully went to the police and reported this. I hope he's looking forward to having the absolute piss taken out of him at every pub he goes to for the rest of his life. Just every time he tells a story, someone will be like, "Oh yeah, was there a lion there too, you fuck."
This is interesting. I didn't know they had good weed in Ireland. Well, now you know. I'm going to go.
Well, you know.
Some good bud, man.
Yeah. Or maybe you just, skip right to the shrooms. Next question. No points on that one.
That's their slogan. Ireland, skip right to the shrooms.
they're in the forest.
Yes, hunt some delicious mother's milk. I had to bring it back. It's a compulsion at this
You
point.
absolutely
It's a
did not.
compulsion. It's low-key OCD.
Listeners, vote on the Patreon if Al had to bring it back or not.
Yes. Vote yes. Vote yes.
Our next question. Halifax commuters were treated to a pretty enjoyable bus ride earlier this week. The bus was prompt, made all the stops, and the driver was said to be courteous and polite. Yet as soon as the ride ended, police arrested him. Why?
I know this one. It's because the doctor was his mother.
I pass.
No.
I was just gonna say because it's illegal to have prompt and enjoyable public transit in Hamilton.
Good guess. I mean, I think all of Canada's cities.
I actually do know this
Go
one.
for it.
He bus jacked the bus.
Yeah.
That was my first thought.
He was not a bus driver. It was just a dude on a joyride. At about 9 p.m., a bus driver parked at the downtown McNabb bus terminal and left for a short break, presumably leaving the keys in the ignition. And the 36-year-old man boarded the bus, sat down in the driver's seat, and drove away up the mountain. Police spokesperson McKenna said he did, quote, a great job driving the extended length. It's one of those extended buses with the accordion things in the middle.
Holy.
And there wasn't a single ding on it. He made stops. He was nice to everyone. He even denied someone who tried to board with an expired bus pass.
I did
which
see
that's
that.
a bit okay. All right, come on. It's fucking great. But the fact that this story does not end with him becoming a bus driver is just proof the movies lied to us. The fact that that's not the obvious ending is he goes to prison. Sure, yeah, he's got to go to prison for a little bit. But when he comes out, there's a job waiting for him. And the fact that doesn't seem to be happening.
He goes to prison, and then the president of the bus union visits him in prison, and he's like, "Hey, we've got a job that only you can do. And if you take this deal, we're going to get you out of jail." That's the movie version of this.
And then it's just speed. Yeah, he's got to drive a bus.
Yes.
It's speed, but an accordion bus that's super long.
Yes.
There's a bus in a war zone somewhere. You've got to go in there and get our boys out. There's 17 stops. The road is
That's
mine.
the title of the movie, 17 Stops.
And if anyone tries to get on with an expired bus pass, you know they're a terrorist.
That's the best terrible movie I've ever heard. 17 stops.
This summer, John Cena and The Rock.
John Cena bang on.
Oh my god.
All right, point to Megan on that one. Our next question. An auction house in Europe had to cancel an auction plan this week because the items they were auctioning were deemed too controversial. What do you think they were auctioning off?
Diamond-encrusted sex toys.
Ooh, those would be valuable and very painful.
Very.
I guess, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Regular sex toys.
Now bidding $200 for this rabbit.
I'm sorry. This is. Look. I'm on Amazon. It's much cheaper. I don't understand. You have to explain to me.
I got 200 going here, 200 going there, 200 going there, 200.
It's incredibly expensive.
Gentlemen.
No, I was just waving my hands in anger. I wasn't bidding.
I put on my top hat for this.
I lost my monocle.
Sadly, there was no sex toys involved. Any other guesses?
I mean, if this podcast ran Europe, I would assume it was Labubu's. Since I'm not allowed to talk about my passions anymore on this podcast, had a quick conversation off mic. Labubu's our Labu band. Listeners, sorry for the other Labubu fans in the audience.
Patreon.
We are not allowed to have fun.
Patreon, vote if we should bring it back.
Yeah, Patreon, vote yes. Vote yes. Yes, all the way down the
Endorse.
ballot.
I do know the answer to this,
Please.
but it's just so sad that
Yeah.
I feel like it's weird to. It's like Holocaust memorial, like
Fully,
memorabilia stuff.
Yeah. I had to change the prompt because I originally was like an auction house in Germany, and then I was like, no, that gives it away pretty quick.
yeah.
So I had to change it to Europe. Yeah. They were fully selling Holocaust artifacts, including letters written by prisoners and other documents that identify many people by name. I read the story twice, and I was like, okay, this is horrible. But obviously what the auction house is going to say is like, we're donating all this money. We're donating it, and it's all going to go to charity. Fully no. Just fully profiteering off Holocaust artifacts. Like, just fully like, we can make a quick buck. Yeah, you want to see a letter written by a guy before he went to the gas chamber? Here you go. Like, fuck me.
Bro.
Every day, the depths to which humanity sinks astounds me.
Yeah, dude,
I got nothing.
that shit ain't right, homie. I'll say it.
That's that. And
You're
then-
so brave.
Is that the one you're going to get sued for? The Germans just come out like, actually, what you said was very offensive.
Meg, if you could stop eating the sandwich, please. We have more questions.
I was promised an hour for lunch.
Our next question. So that was point to Claire on that one. So 1-1, Claire and Megan. This next game is Complete the Headline. I'm going to read a headline, missing some words. You fill it in for me. Kentucky woman who ordered medication online opened box to find no pills, but instead...
Thoughts and prayers.
Ooh, great answer.
Wow.
Great answer.
I was going to say spiders. Because that's exciting.
That is exciting.
It's very Halloween themed.
Have you ever mailed someone a box of spiders before?
No, but I heard it was like an option. Like it used to be an
I've
option, but
done-
now I couldn't find it anywhere. Not that I was looking. Wait, no, I was.
I've done it. It's great. Huge recommend.
You've mailed someone spiders?
So you're the one.
It's fun. It's,
Are they contained, or is it open the box and loose
they're
spiders?
plastic, but there's a thousand. But there's a thousand of
Okay,
them.
Jesus. No, I thought they were.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Real spiders?
Yes.
Yeah, that's why we were all like, wait, what?
God.
Like, legitimately. Anyways, doesn't matter. Let's move
Homie,
on.
that shit ain't right, bro. That shit is not right.
It's the new T-shirt. It's the new Beaverton T-shirt. Mother's milk. That shit ain't right.
With a little beaver on it. It's so cute.
You can put a little beaver on anything. It doesn't make the rest
Also
of it
another
better.
T-shirt.
Yeah.
Put a little beaver on
You
it.
guys want a job designing merch? Is that what this episode is about?
Yes.
I mean, it kind of. The job found us, really.
Does anyone have a guess on what came in the box? It was not spiders, fake or real.
A revised, larger bill for the pills she already paid for.
Oh, amazing. No, the real answer. Kentucky woman who ordered medication online opened box to find no pills, but instead body parts. Specifically arms and fingers used for medical training.
Oh, God. I was
Claire's
not-
face, sorry.
Some serial
yeah.
killer was like...
Yeah. Well, somewhere a necrophiliac is like, God damn it, this never happens to me.
Why do I get pills? What the fuck? Yes, I'm still on hold. Yes.
Where my fingies at?
Why do I have diabetes medication? This is ridiculous.
Where my fingies at?
I'm rock hard holding a bag of
I am a rock hard. I have guests on their way. I have sandwiches laid out.
Where are the arms?
I only have this boardroom for one more hour. Where are my arms?
Oh my god. And mother's milk is the problem, huh?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
just checking.
I mean, because we started with it. You got to build to it.
Yeah.
So that was my
Mother's milk.
So no points on that one. I do, however, have a bonus question for. So this will be for you two to split the tie, or to break the tie, I should say. On Sunday was the Grey Cup. Huge event. 4 million Canadians watched. This is our chance to prove we're not smug Toronto assholes who don't care what real Canada cares about. My question, who won?
Bro, this is freaking rigged. This is unbelievably rigged.
This was our Super Bowl on Sunday. I'm just asking you to tell me who won.
We didn't win, did we?
Who's we?
Oh, I don't know.
I think
Wait, is it Grey? Oh, it's Grey Cup Canada.
Grey Cup is all Canada.
So I think
there's no we.
he's eliminated Toronto. So now you got like a 1 in what? 5, 6, 7 chance?
Wait, how
I don't know how
many?
many teams there are.
I'm gonna say the Orioles.
Sure.
Yours to lose, Meg.
Okay.
You can. I don't need a team name. I'll take a city. So
I
you
guess?
can just guess a city in Canada.
Can I guess?
Winnipeg.
No.
I'm going to guess the Lions, BC Lions.
No. Good guess.
Okay. Before I guess, earlier in the podcast, when I goaded another Beaverton staff member to cut the episode into Oops, All Mother's Milk, I said, Ian, make it happen. It's Andrew that cuts the podcast.
It is Andrew,
I
yes.
wanted to correct that because
That's
I
very
think
important.
Andrew deserves his shine.
Absolutely.
Also, my guess is the Hamilton Tiger Cats.
Ooh, a great guess because you got both. I mean, both of you got you knew not correct. It's the city and province that cares the most about the CFL, the Saskatchewan Roughriders.
Wait.
No, I never said.
Yes,
Still
So
wouldn't have gotten
we
it.
are exactly the smug Toronto assholes you all think we are, who don't care about what real Canada loves. 4 million people, one of the biggest TV events of the year.
Did they take our note? Was the football big? Was the football big?
I mean, the CFL football is bigger than the NFL. That's one of the things about it.
No.
It's bigger. It's a fat boy. The NFL is long and thin. The CFL is a thick boy. Also, there's 10 extra yards. The goalposts are at the front, although they're changing that, I think. There's one less player on the field. There's 3 downs instead of 4. And there's no, when they kick the ball, you can't just be like, oh, dead ball. You got to take the hit.
It's like when I parted my hair on the other side and told people I wanted to be known as Danielle now, because it was my middle name. I can't. I'm just doing it to be different. There's nothing that's,
Our sport came
no
first.
reason.
They changed it from us.
Didn't we have a fix? Didn't you have a fix?
I
That was
did.
baseball.
Wasn't the ball? Oh, was that baseball?
Well, okay,
Yeah.
we
Ball's gonna
fixed
be
a
super
couple
small.
sports. We
Ball's
fixed
gonna be
Yeah, there
super
was
small.
guns versus swords.
Yeah.
Right,
So
yeah.
ball super small.
Have we not fixed football?
Football we did. Football ball very big, but like
Right.
Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade
Yeah.
float big,
Oh,
and then
okay,
they all
right.
move it like a
Yes.
colonial
No,
man.
I'm sorry. Yes.
And then
Yeah.
and then off mic we agreed, all of us agreed unilaterally that hockey, the puck should be an AOL trial CD. instead
Oh,
of-
I don't remember that one.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I don't remember, but I highly approve of the
Yeah.
beach ball sized, like the car sized football.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll
And they should be
send
on
an email to
stilts.
the CFL.
Everyone's on stilts.
Yeah.
Now I'm starting to like sports.
Right?
We're turning it around.
Like,
I'm so sorry to everyone who likes the CFL.
and we mean that on
apologize.
multiple levels.
Thank you very much for listening. Our winner is no one because no one knew who won the goddamn Grey Cup.
Definitely
But
the-
I'll throw it over to Claire first, since she, seemed to have the least idea who won.
Ouch. Yeah, hi, find me on Blue Sky at Clare Blackwood and on YouTube at It's Clare Blackwood.
Awesome, Megan.
I'm skeeting, brother. Megan MacKay on Blue Sky. It's called a skeet when you post on Blue Sky, boys. And my handle is at MMMEGAN. And it's called a skeet. Everyone's looking at me like I'm insane.
No, it's a skeet.
It's called a skeet.
It's a skeet.
So not a lot of big early 2000s rap fans over at
Oh
Blue
no,
Sky.
I know it. It's why I hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the first line, and
skeet,
then
skeet,
it's sort of
motherfucker.
Yeah.
I lose interest after we're talking about window and a wall. It's like that's a lot of business,
So much cleanup. Nile.
Yep.
Jesus Christ. Now I got to get off Blue Sky. I have my podcast, Total Annihilation, if you want a nice existential chaser, and my Dungeons and Dragons podcast, Comedians and Dungeons Getting Dragons. Also
Awesome. Check it out. Thank you all for being here. Thank you everyone for listening at home. We'll be back next week. Talk to you then.
The Beaverton Weekly Report is produced by Andrew Rivamy in partnership with the From Superheroes Network. Visit FromSuperheroes.com to hear more great podcasts like this.